Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, May 24th, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the ES in the daily time frame. Again, prices right now after every update tend to see a bit of selling pressure, even a series of updates, a bit of selling pressure thereafter. We're still in a very clear downtrending price action here. That downtrend remains very much intact. You had the bearish Pima trigger zone that's still intact as well, and every time price pushes or closes into it, it's an opportunity for bears to sell. We've had negative headline risk here out of Snap, and the likelihood of further weakness out of tech here could be quite high at some point. We also have Fed Chair Powell speaking later on today at 11:20 a.m. Central Time, and that could provide some headline risk as well and some additional volatility. But again, this market continues to remain mostly weak and still has quite a bit of downside that could be ahead, especially for the ES here, as it has still yet to hit the previous year's low, 36.52.5. That could be seen here up ahead. Overall, we're in a mostly range-bound market here, inside day heading into today's session. And again, we could see a little bit more back and forth price action with a downward bias. Any test above 4,000 could be an opportunity for bears to reject and turn back down. Here's a look at the NQ. Right now, the NQ again seeing a bit more selling pressure here against the previous session's close with Snap and its headline risk. Again, this is par for the course right now. Tech rotating downward at a much faster clip than the ES or the YM. And we could see this thing continue to push downward toward the next major target below 10.6, followed by what could be a return back toward four-digit territory, back toward below the 10,000 level and into the 9,000s here up ahead. So again, we're still trending downward. Any bounce could be seen as a selling opportunity. Anything at or above the 12.2 level could be a tremendous bull trap for a rotation back down if those levels are to be seen. Taking a look at crude oil. Right now, crude oil marginally higher here at the moment, up 0.3%. Failed new low developing at the moment. And again, this market continues to see a little bit of a rounded behavior on this right side. We have very clear resistance across the highs. Failed new low here today with an upward bias here. And at some point, it wouldn't surprise me if we start to see an attempt to push through those highs and blast through the 115, 116 zone up ahead. As of right now, again, this market just remains within this market structure here until proven otherwise, but it has been mostly testing the upper boundary of this range and staying above the midpoint of that range, which is the 104, 105 level. And until that fails here, we're still in this upper zone with a potential to break higher. Taking a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up a little bit right now, about 0.7%. It's still inside a developing 8-day range now, so a narrow 8-day range development here. You can see the quantification down here. You can see the potential expected move about 12,000 points and building now. Again, whenever you have a significant rejection, as we've seen here, and bulls look to defend the right side of that zone here, once you get too many days of development on this right side here, you could begin to see a long liquidation as any bulls looking to defend become exhausted here, and you could see selling pressure then begin. If we do see a break at 2,800, there could be a move of 10 to 12,000 points lower. So we could be looking at a move that takes us back toward 18,000 and perhaps even lower on the next big swing move down, if that were to be the case. Again, whenever you have a very narrow range like that that's developing and energy that's building, it could break in either direction. But given the overall downward pressures we've seen, it'd be hard to see this thing rally at this moment. Instead, if we were to see a rally and a test up above at, say, 32K, there'd be an opportunity to watch for signs of a bull trap for a shot at looking at another round of weakness up ahead. So any kind of rally could be a bull trap for a move downward. We take a look lastly at ETH here. ETH down about 0.8% at the moment. Again, narrow 8-day range developing. About 1,100 points of potential range could be seen. If you get a break at 1,900 or so, that could open up a move back toward below 1,000. We could be looking at a breakthrough 1,800 that takes us back toward 900 or even 800 down below. So again, it could be a significant wipeout of the recent move. We could be looking at another move that's very similar to what we just saw here before. And again, while this narrow range can break in either direction, the overall trend remains downward. The overall bearishness of the market remains firmly intact, and a failure to hold about 1850 or so could open up a move of about 800 to 1,100 points downward. We could be looking at triple digits down below if that were to play out. So something in the lines of 800 to 1,000 could be ahead as the next major target for ETH. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.